So happy Feast of the Epiphany, or Three Kings Day in some cultures, including New Orleans, of course. And this lesson from Isaiah and also the quotation, that Jesus's quotation of Isaiah that we hear in today's gospel from St. Matthew, I think really raises up the proclamation that we as followers of Jesus have, that Jesus is for all people, that everyone is called to receive the message of how much God loves them in Jesus. That is what makes the feet of the messengers beautiful. And again, that's you have to you have to just think about it for a moment, and just the paradoxical and the wonderful image of a messenger's feet being beautiful, because again, they've been running with news. You have to imagine them crossing streams, and their feet are muddy, and maybe their feet have been cut on briars or brambles that they've been kind of trying to get from the battlefield. So this is a kind of a martial image. It's a wartime image. And so the messenger who comes from the battle that's been won runs to the capital city to share the good news. And no matter how banged up, bloody, or bruised his feet are, they are beautiful feet because they got him from where the victory happened to where the people are who need to hear about that victory. And I just think it's just a wonderful image when you really think about the context and what the prophet Isaiah, the word that Isaiah receives from God, is that no matter how wounded and broken and imperfect we are, that when we can report, when we can share a testimony about the victory that Jesus has won, not only in our lives but in the world, and how much God loves the world and loves us, when we can share that report with others, that those very broken places in our lives can be made beautiful, and that beauty of glory shining through brokenness is something that appeals to all people, because everyone is broken. Everyone has a wound. Everyone has regret and deficit. Everyone has a grievance. And Jesus comes to heal all those things, and everyone needs to and is called to hear that good news. And we have been sent. We've been sent from the battlefield, from the victory that Jesus has won in our life, to those who are awaiting some good news, some news of a victory that can give them hope for a new day. So I hope that on this Feast of the Epiphany, that the Lord can make you more aware of the victory that He has manifested in your life, and He can send you forth, and that your feet would be made beautiful in the eyes of those in your life. A reading from the prophet Isaiah. How beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of the messenger who announces peace, who brings good news, who announces salvation, who says to Zion, your God reigns. Listen, your sentinels lift up their voices. Together they sing for joy. For in plain sight they see the return of the Lord to Zion. Break forth together into singing, you ruins of Jerusalem. For the Lord has comforted his people. He has redeemed Jerusalem. The Lord has bared his holy arm before the eyes of all the nations, and all the ends of the earth shall see the salvation of our God. A reading from St. Matthew's Gospel. The Pharisees went out and conspired against Jesus, how to destroy him. When Jesus became aware of this, he departed. Many crowds followed him, and he cured all of them, and he ordered them not to make him known. This was to fulfill what had been spoken through the prophet Isaiah. Here is my servant, whom I have chosen, my beloved, with whom my soul is well pleased. I will put my spirit upon him, and he will proclaim justice to the Gentiles. He will not wrangle or cry aloud, nor will anyone hear his voice in the streets. He will not break a bruised reed or quench a smoldering wick until he brings justice to victory. And in his name the Gentiles will hope. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God.